Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and my dear colleagues. Welcome back to Pratyusha Talks Placement, Season 1. The last episode, we had Astitwa Deo, the TNP of Civil Engineering Department, sharing his experience, mistakes, advices to us. If anyone has missed it, kindly watch it. Today, in our episode 2, we have a famous TNP known to many of us. He is none other than Lakshviz, the TNP of CSE department, one of the best coders of his batch who invited many renowned companies to our campus. So let's welcome him to this program. Hello, Bhaiya. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Pratyusha. How are you?
I am fine, Bhaiya. I hope you will be fine too.
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you so much.
Okay, so let me just brief you about the program. I will be asking you few questions, and once you complete the answers, we will be moving to the rapid fire round, where I will be asking you 3 questions, and you have to answer it in between 10 to 15 seconds.
Sounds good.
Okay, so my first question will be, as we all know that you were having your internships going on and you were also the TNP of CSE department. So how were you preparing for your placements while performing as a TNP?
Okay. So, it is about the time of April, I suppose. Yeah. In April, we were all in home. So, my internship was also going on. I was selected as a TNP for CSE department, and I have to study for my placements as well because July was the time when the companies will be starting arriving. So, definitely the schedule was very hectic. I didn't have much time to explore something new. So, I have to divide time anyhow, and dividing time was in such a case in the morning session only you can contact companies. You can't contact companies in the evening or the night. So morning time was booked for the contacting companies, contacting HRs and calling them, convincing them. And in the afternoon to evening session was for my internship. I had to do the tasks provided me in the internship. And then in the night, like around after dinner, I usually sit for my studies, start preparing for my placements and all. So yeah, that time I was totally busy all the day. I didn't have much time to talk with my friends as well.
There is a quotation, with great powers comes great responsibility. So have you ever felt just reverse of this?
Like definitely being a TNP is a great responsibility over you. So the fact that people think actually that you are a TNP, so you must be having like enough power. But let me clarify it. That doesn't is the case actually. Being a TNP, though we have a lot of responsibilities, but we don't have any power or any priorities over other students. In fact, multiple students say like being a TNP, he or she will be able to get his job first before us, but that wasn't the case, and that isn't the case actually. There were companies when I in which didn't got placed, but I wanted to get placed in that company. Like Paytm visited, Publicis Sapient visited, Comwall visited. So I didn't get placed in that companies, but later on I got placed. So people have that in mind that being a TNP, you have much power. You can get what you want. You can convince the HR to hire you only from your college. But that's not true. That is the mindset of these students that they think that this might be the power of the TNP and they will do whatever they want. But that's not the case actually. So you have a lot of responsibilities. So you have to call the companies, contact companies, and convince them. And there are like 90 to 95 students in my batch from CSE. So you have to make them place in somewhere in a decent company with a decent package. So responsibilities are too much, but there isn't any power or something.
Okay. So my next question will be, like for both circuital and non-circuital branch, can you give some suggestions where to study, like some study materials to follow for an IT company?
Okay. So definitely like YouTube is one of the greatest platform you can start with. There are multiple channels over YouTube which teach coding and stuff. So like the channels I prepared were from Aditya Verma, definitely one of my favorite. Rachit Jain is there, Gaurav Sen is there, TechDose, the channel name is there, and definitely Love Babbar is there. There are too many channels. If you type in the keyword coding practice something, there will be like tons of videos coming over. So you need to like go over these and start with topic wise. Like if you are like newbie in coding, so you need to start from the very basics. So basic would become like basic would be something from the array or something. You can do topic wise or something. And for the coding platforms, you can use LeetCode, InterviewBit. InterviewBit is the, like a most optimal website. Like we have to provide a like the optimal solutions. And LeetCode is one of the best actually. And Geeks for Geeks is there. And if you are interested in competitive programming, you can go for Code Forces, and multiple others are there. But in coming, like, how did I prepare from these websites only? I don't think like I would be able to like give you much knowledge regarding this, but there are definitely multiple videos over YouTube which would be better if you could watch them, and like how to prepare for the placements and all. But the basic would be you have to start anyhow, because it's May end, and placement will be starting in July or something. So you have to
Yeah.
start. Like whether you are a core branch or a non-core branch. For the non-circuital branch, it is a bit difficult, but it's not that much hard actually. You don't have the knowledge of coding, but you can start anyhow. Like one of my batchmates is from chemical branch, but he's really a good coder. So that isn't the criteria, like you have to be in a circuital branch to be good in coding. So for non-circuital branch also you can be good in coding. You just need to start and do competitive programming or learn DSA. Basically, DSA is the only thing that a company asks you in the interviews. So you have to just start.
Okay, so as you said, like background or any other branch does not matter if you really have interest in coding. So there are some companies visiting our campus, not only our campus, but yeah, some campus, they have this criteria that this particular branch only eligible for the interview round or coding round, whatever. So there are students, also coders, who are in non-circuital branch, but they also have an interest in coding. So for those students, what do you say? Like they should made up their mind that okay, they belong to non-circuital branch, so they should quit this dream of getting into IT company, or should they go for off campus?
Like definitely there are companies which if visits campus only demand CSC, electrical or EC branches, but that isn't the case off campus. Like off campus, I suppose the companies are looking for a good coder or something. So like if you can apply off campus, that's the best opportunity you can get. But in campus also there are companies which allows other branches as well. So but yeah, like in campus is difficult for the non-circular branches for getting placed in an IT company, because there's most of the IT companies, whether it's Microsoft, Amazon, Flipkart, if it visits our camp, if it will be visiting our campus, it will only allow circular branches as well. So non-circular you have to apply off campus something.
Okay, so there are some students who think that coding is everything. If we don't know coding, then we are not going to end up at any company or any placement. So what's your opinion on this topic? Is coding important?
Like coding isn't that much important actually, though it is important for if you're like targeting any big firm or MNC like Microsoft, Google or Flipkart. Definitely then coding is the only key you will be getting placed in that company. But there are certain companies which don't demand coding as such. Like there are companies Deloitte or something which come for different profiles, and they doesn't ask like that much level of coding. So you just need to know the basics of all the data structures and all. So, but you can target different profiles actually. If you are not that good at coding, or you are not interested at all in coding, so you should go for data analyst profile or any other such sort of profile like business development profile also. But if you are interested in software engineer, like software developer, SD1 or something, then you have to be good at coding. Company won't like take you or like hire you if you aren't good at coding. So if you are not good at coding, or you don't want to code, then definitely you can try like some other profile. And they are definitely
Okay.
like if you are a core branch student, so you can try in the core company like L&T, or somehow they don't ask coding, they just ask apti and your core subject actually.
Okay. So my next question will be, how was your workflow? How you used to contact the correct POC and invite them to the campus?
Okay, so like finding the correct POC is actually the most difficult task for an TNP. Like definitely there are multiple of HRs, high level HR or low level HR. So like finding the right person, like whom we should talk and who have we have to convince so the company will be visiting our campus, a difficult task. So like though I had connections in like different IITs and renowned NITs, like top 3 or 4 NITs, in which I have friends and they are actually in the placement cell. So I didn't face any much difficulty in finding the right POC actually. So I used to call them and like ask them like if they have a particular contact for the particular company or not. If they have, then it's fine. Otherwise, we have to search it other way. I can't disclose like how we have to search it. So like I have told my juniors now how they can search it. So yes, definitely the coming to the workflow, like the only thing is you have to find the number and you have to call them and convince them that why your college only, why should the company visiting your college, like why NIT Agartala only, why shouldn't I go to NIT Silchar or NIT Mizoram. So like that is the more difficult part to convince the HR actually.
So you mean to say that as you have taken some help from your friends also studying in different colleges. So do you think that having a good network in different colleges is really helping being a TNP?
Yes, like connection is like being like having a strong network, having strong connection is one of the important factor that plays roles in TNP. You have to like contact other IITs or NITs, knowing which companies are actually hiring this time. Like being this pandemic, so there wasn't much company that were hiring this year. So we have to find the right company which were hiring this year, contact them and bring them into our college. And that's where other colleges come into play, like higher IITs or IITs come into play. Company will be visiting IIT definitely. So just you have to get to know like which companies are visiting by calling the friends studying over there. Like they will tell like which companies are visiting.
Okay, so we want to know like one advantage and one disadvantage of being a TNP of CSC department.
Okay. So like being a TNP of CSC department isn't such a thing. The thing is like being a TNP, we have advantages. So like I got the advantage of like I had the chance to contact different HRs, communicate with them. Like I got like too much professional experience actually talking to HRs, handling multiple drives, and one of the main thing like time management and working under pressure is one of the quality I gained over the last 2 years working as an TNP and previously as an IC actually. So I would say working on the work pressure and time management is the two key I found beneficial and disadvantage. Like definitely there are multiple disadvantages. You don't have the time to for your own. You have to like there are certain scenarios when 2 3 drives are going on continuously, and in this online mode we were like it was too hectic. Like there were certain scenarios when interview was scheduled for a particular student and he or she isn't present at that time, then we have to actually call them and he or she not receiving our call, and we have to convince the HR like to wait for a few minutes. He or she will join actually and the HR will like get angry on you only, like what is this behavior, like we came to your college and this is happening. And yeah, this is the like most of the major disadvantages as an TNP actually.
Okay, so any particular incident where you felt like resigning from the post?
Resigning from the post. I'm not sure like whether should I like disclose this or not. So like when I got placed in Badhwani AI, time of September or yeah September actually, 11th of September was the date. So I got placed like I was happy like I got placed actually anyhow. I was trying so hard. So I got placed like I did like there were around 5 to 6 interviews and one coding round, but still like some students I got to hear like they were saying like he got the advantage of being a TNP. He contacted the HR and like told him like yeah, you should take me only. You shouldn't take anybody else, or he might have like forwarded his resume only. So like that was the like case. I didn't wanted to be in the TNP anymore. Like you are working so hard. Like all the TNPs in my batch, all the senior TNPs are definitely working hard for their batchmates. So that the students get placed. But still, there are some students actually. Eventually, in your batch, there will be. who will be like saying you got paid because you had the advantage of the being a TNP. So yeah, I think that was the only scenario where I felt I should resign.
So, do you ever felt like you have an extra pressure of being in TNP and you have to perform at least better than other candidates?
Like performing better than other candidates wasn't my target. My only target was that like I have to like get placed in a decent company with a decent package. So like I did the preparation well, and I'm still trying for like some other companies as well. So I don't think like it is the pressure like you have to perform better than the others. Like being a TNP, you should get a higher package than others. So that isn't the thinking of any TNP. The only thinking he's having, he should also get placed, and his batchmates should also get placed.
Okay. So, at the end, will you share some advices or suggestions to our viewers for upcoming placements?
Sure. So like placements are going to start in July or August. So like I have seen like recently I like watched some videos of my batchmates only. I don't know like who shooted them or something. Uh, you don't need to fall into like any trap or something. You shouldn't follow any senior actually like what they are giving advice. You should just like you should first like go to the internet and follow some good videos actually like how they prepared from because I saw a video where one of the person was saying like he only did GFG, yeah, Geeks for his placement. So that isn't the only case. Like you can't just do Geeks for Geeks and think that you will get placed in some bigger MNC or something. You need to like for getting placed in a bigger MNC, you need to like have some knowledge of competitive coding and a better coding experience. So you can't just depend upon one website. You need to explore a little bit more actually. You need to like have knowledge of system design as well, your core subjects, CSE core subjects, and yeah, like just go for the like right video or the right person to contact, and all the
Okay.
best for your placement actually.
Okay. Thanks for sharing your advices. And let's move on to a rapid fire round now. I will be asking you the 3 questions. So, the first one is, have you ever did buttering of some HR for inviting them to our campus?
Buttering. So like buttering is like one of the major qualities that TNP should actually have. Like convincing an HR like to visit your campus is one of the factor which actually plays role. Like why should the company visit your college only? So you have to butter like you have to do buttering anyhow. Like why would he or she the HR will come to your campus if you don't like convince him or her like your college is the best, better than the other colleges. So yeah, better buttering is I did buttering also.
Okay, so as you said, you had friends with in other colleges in the placement cell. So have you did something like this happen that some other college TNP got a crush on you?
Like I'm not sure actually. Like no, nobody told me. So like he or whether she had a crush on me or not. Like there are like most of my friends like whom I contacted for the contacts for the HRs or the talent acquisitions are actually my friend only, like my school friends only. So I know them from beforehand. So I don't think anything that happened.
Okay, so the last question of this round is take some example that you have contacted one HR and that particular HR had said, no, this year we don't have any vacancies available. But she was lying. She had already gone to other colleges and taken few students. So you tried another HR and you also started convincing them, please come to our campus. And you were not saying to that, exposing the new HR that you have already contacted earlier one more HR from their company. And in that incident, have you ever got caught by that new HR that you have already contacted a previous HR and we already told you our decision that we have no vacancies this year? So have you got into some incident like that where you got caught by the new POC?
Definitely, like there are multiple instances. I remember, like I was contacting Flipkart. Actually, I had a contact of 3 to 4 talent acquisition and the HR. I don't know, like they might be in contact. I got contacted in April or May something. Like So they were saying that they have fixed set of colleges or something. They won't be visiting this year. Like I was trying to convince them. So being a TNP, you have to like try it, like at least to HR, like to convince them. So like if he denied, so I tried on some other HR. So like he told me like you have already contacted the other HR or talent acquisition. So why you are contacting again? So yeah, that is actually normal. Like when you get caught in this part of scenarios.
Okay, so like we planned for having 3 questions, but as your answer seems to be very interesting, I am adding one more question to this track. And the last question of this program is, tell us about a weird criteria put up by an HR to visit a campus.
Weird criteria. Like the only weirdest criteria I I remember or I don't like actually is like they only want the female candidates. Like there were 3 to 4 companies who have visited our campus who just only wanted female candidates actually. With they were actually paying her much like decent package like 20 lakh, 25 lakh, but they only wanted female candidates. So that actually I didn't found good. And other criteria remain actually the same. Like you should be having 7 or 8 pointer. You don't should not have any backlog. The criteria remains the same for most of the companies.
Okay, so I hope you had a great experience having this talk show with me, and we are really happy that you came to our program and spent some time with us. I hope our viewers must be benefited with your advices and suggestions, and most importantly, your experience and mistakes. Anything you want to say at the end, you can go for it.
Like I would just say, like the juniors, like the placements are coming, you should like start preparing by now. Like if you don't get places soon, that you don't need to be get sad or something. You will get definitely placed if you have done like you have done coding. You have like spent your time in coding, studying, then definitely you will get placed. Eventually, you will get placed. It's just the right time actually. So all the best for your placements. Do well.
Thank you, Bhaiya. So that's
Thank.
all. This is how we have come to end of our program. Coming on next Wednesday with another guest and with another episode. Till then, stay tuned.